Howdy y'all, and welcome to Lax Lives. I'm Lacander, and this is Lac Plays Minecraft. Alright, so I have been working on the shops. I was gonna get a little bit more done, but it didn't happen. I totally, I don't know, just didn't feel like playing last night, so I got nothing done. And then today I got my PS4. So I have been playing Knack all day. Well, I had to work too. So I got my PS4 in the morning, and then I had to work this afternoon. And I've been home from work about an hour, so I made dinner, played a little bit more Knack, and decided, hey, I should probably film my episode. Um, so I am trying to determine what I want for a floor in this building. It's going to be um, it's gonna be the armory, something or another. Swords and armor is my plan to put in there for stuff to sell. And the outside is cobble. And I'm not sure what I want for the flooring. Let's see. What would make a good flooring? You know, maybe I should do some... What if I used, Oh, I don't have any here. What if I used, like, some spruce wood? You think that would look nice? I've got one piece of spruce wood. That's not gonna be helpful. Oh, there we go, dark oak wood. Let me go try out this dark oak wood, see what it looks like. This might be nice for a floor. Kind of like a tiled wood floor. And then we could get started on the displays. Well, actually, we'll just probably knock out some windows and... well, we'll have to actually go cut down some trees, it looks like. I kind of like that. I could do without the bark around the outside, but should look all right for a floor, I think. I did a little something different with the lights, since I got to play with how the lights go in every time. This is my pattern. Remember I said I liked the way it looked? I was going to try it as a pattern. This is what I came up with. And it seems to light up okay in here, although I feel like I'm too close to the lights, because they are half a block down from the ceiling. And so they're actually... Oh no, they're full block. They're half a block down from what looks like the ceiling. But it's still 3 blocks up. I don't know why that should bother me. I don't know. I need to go back and get some wood, though. Yeah, I was really gonna have that building done and be starting on the restaurant tonight, but like I said, I didn't feel like playing yesterday, and I had to do my 7 Days to Die video. And then today I wanted to play on the PS4. Well, it took me a while to get the PS4 set up. I think it took me like a good... Really? There's a monster in my bedroom? What do you mean there's a monster nearby? That guy? Are you stopping me from being able to sleep? Are you stopping me from being able to sleep? Ah! That guy was stopping me from being able to sleep. Oof. I thought he was going to explode inside the end. I don't appreciate that. Not at all. So while we work on this, let's talk about the PlayStation 4. So setting it up. I got it. Oh, it looks like I got by a creeper there. I got it, and it came in the mail, so it was here when I got up today. And because our packages deliver pretty early in the morning, which is nice, especially when you're expecting something. And so as soon as I got out of bed, I grabbed a bowl of cereal, grabbed my package, headed for the game room here, and tore open the package. Well, I mean, ice spikes for packed ice. Travel path at own risk. Yeah, we've been out that way. And so I clean off a spot for it because I didn't do that yesterday either, which I was thinking, man, I need to clean off a spot for my PlayStation 4. I can't even bring myself to play Minecraft. I played my 7 Days to Die for an episode, and I didn't like the first episode, and then I started filming a second one, and then I got interrupted, and I didn't feel like playing that either. I don't know why I'm even talking about this, because this isn't sitting on my PlayStation. And so I wound up editing 2 episodes into a single episode, and that took me a while. When you do one episode and it comes out okay, or you think it comes out okay, I'm not saying I'm a genius at this stuff. And I'm a bit of a slacker, so, once I get it filmed, I'm like, that's good. I didn't stutter too much, I didn't go off on too many tangents. I didn't curse and swear, I didn't go crazy in the middle, didn't give political statements, nothing like that. Should be okay. Talked about what I wanted to talk about. Played my game, built my stuff. Heck, I even put up that one episode where I didn't like the results and I tore it down in between episodes. Hey, there's short. Hey, short. Filming an episode. Just let him know, so not that he really curses or anything, but, don't want him to get out any personal information he doesn't want broadcast. So, anyway, so I got that all edited and put up, and then I'm just like, bleh, I'm too tired. So I went and watched Bleach. I've been watching Bleach from the beginning, and I'm about 40 episodes in now. But, which has taken me like 2 weeks to get to. Sometimes I watch a lot of episodes in a row. Sometimes I can get 1 episode in. Last night I think I managed 2 or 3. I'm at the point where, okay, this has got nothing to do with the PlayStation 4. I'm at the point though where Ichigo is facing off against Kenpachi for the first time, if you've ever watched Bleach. And if you've ever watched an anime, you know they like to slow things way down most of the time. So they've got the first part of the fight, and then an episode about somebody else, and then the second part of the fight, and then an episode about somebody else, and then the third part of the fight, and the fight's still not over, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to bed. I'm not watching anymore. You'll just have to get to where you're going on your own. And, well, I mean, it'll be there when I come back. It's not like it's going anywhere, but how many, I got 42 oak woods. I really like the dark oak trees because you get a lot of wood off of a single tree. So yeah, I didn't get set up, so, I clean off a spot, and of course stuff's got to fall over. In fact, I'm looking at it right now, and I think there's 2 piles of stuff just about to teeter over on me. I need to get up and take care of those before too long here. And, so I get it all in place and get it hooked up, and I have to dig around behind my cabinet here. It's got my PlayStation 3 in it because I want to run the PlayStation 4 to the same television the PlayStation 3 is hooked to. So I unplug the HDMI cable from the PS3, put it in the PS4, and turn on the TVs. I got 2 TVs. I didn't know which one it was hooked to because I have 2 HDMI cables, one running to each TV, and then the cable is taped together because I use it in my PS3. And if I want to switch televisions, I just reach by my PS3 and switch cables. And, well, I wasn't sure which one it was plugged into. So I turned them both on, put them on the HDMI channels, and then I turned to press the power button on the PS4. I could not find the power button on my PS4 anywhere. I basically spent probably 5 minutes holding and caressing and fondling and poking and prodding and rubbing my PlayStation 4, trying to find the power button. Uh, Eventually, I broke down and went over and got the box and got out the manual so that I could find the power button on the PlayStation 4. It's about as thick as a car key, and the symbol on it, the power symbol is on it, and it's probably you could fit the power symbol inside the loops on an M&M. It's tiny, and the eject button is below it, but they look like they're part of the design of the case. So I had no idea where it was at. I even held my arm against it accidentally while I was looking for the power button, and it beeped, giving me the "Hey, you're holding down the power button, dummy" sound, and it just wasn't. I couldn't find it. I'm like, oh look, I must have touched it with my hand, and so I start rubbing all over the side of the play because the PlayStation 3, if you've never used one, it's not a button like you click down or press in. You just barely touch it, and that's how it works. And so I was expecting it to be the same thing on the PS4, and so when I couldn't find one, I just thought it was hidden inside the black shiny area, and so I really did. I spent like 5 minutes rubbing all over the case trying to find the power button. So then I find out it's on the front because you got to turn it on once manually to link up your controller, and then once your controller's linked up, then you can use your controller to turn it on. So it's much easier now because I just mash the button on the controller and the PS4 comes on. So then the PS4 is on. I'm like, yay, and it's hooked up to the right television, so yay. And then I'm like, wait, it's registered me already on the system as user 1, but I am not user 1. I am Lycander. And why are you registering me as user 1 when I have an account and you didn't even give me a chance to sign into my account? So I told to sign into my account, and it takes me to the PlayStation Network page, and the PlayStation Network page says, you must update before we can sign you in. And I'm like, all right, go ahead and update. I expected an update. And then it's like updating to 1.5. I'm like, sweet, update to 1.5 then. And then it's like 376 megabytes or something. I'm like, oh man, because PlayStation 3s have slow internet for updates. PlayStation 4, on the other hand, is quick on the internet, and man, that update maybe 2 minutes to download. And well, it didn't make it all the way, and it said error updating, and then it rebooted on its own. I'm like, uh-oh. This can't be good. And so then it reboots, and when it comes on, it says system update for 1.06. I'm like, okay, so before I can update the network part, you need to update the system part. Fine. And so it updates to 1.06, which takes a few minutes, and it's got to reboot like twice in the process. And so then I log back in. Then I tell it I want to create a new user, or I want to create a user account. Only I try to set it up as Lycander, and I name it Lycander and everything, and because that's me. And then I go in there, and now it's got me registered as user 2, and I'm like, oh man, I'm trying to figure out how to delete user 1 or user 2 or what's going on. And so I'm like, all right, let me just log in and see what happens when I log in, because I only read the instructions enough to find the power button, because I'm a prodder and I would rather figure it out on my own, I think, than necessarily read a direction manual. I know, I'm a guy. But for the most part, I can figure things out. Okay, I went over there for glass and I came back with nothing. And so I also need a door. And I think I'll work on the internal stuff later. I'm gonna work on the restaurant tonight is my plan. So glass is not in that one. Glass is in this one. Yes, glass. But planks are in this one, and I can get my doorway. And so, when I tell it to log in to the network, it tells me it's got to update to 1.5. I'm like, all right, do it. So then it downloads the update, only this time the update is smaller. I'm like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. And so it starts updating, or it starts downloading. It gets to the end of the download, and my screen goes black. And the PlayStation now has a white line lit up on the top of it, and well, it's not lit up, it's flashing on the top of it, and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, does this mean that it's installing and I just need to give it time to finish the update? So I waited and waited and waited, probably like 3 minutes, and nothing's happening. And I'm like, okay, this can't be good. So I hit the power button to see what it would do. Nothing. I held down the power button for a count of 20. Nothing. So I'm like, oh, great. Brand new PlayStation. Probably got a bum PlayStation. Because, when electronics first come out, they're a little glitchy. And so I go online. I type in white flashing light on PS4 after 1.5 update. And I see there are people who are posting that after they do the 1.5 update, their systems won't boot up. I'm like, well, that's me. But then as I'm reading, they're talking about a blue flashing light, and they're talking about how they have to pull out their hard drives and replace their hard drives. Just pull them out, put them back in to make the system reboot completely, and then try to update again. I'm like, I don't want to go through all that work. And I'm like, but I also don't want to call, PlayStation, have to send my PlayStation back in. Because mostly they were talking about flashing lights because the HDMI is not working or the network's not working or something. And so I knew that wasn't me. Oop, 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 oop. Nope. Where did he go? Where'd that stupid creeper go? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Look at him. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Come at me, bro. That's alright. And so I can't really work on this thing while I'm talking here. And so I went ahead and decided I'm just gonna unplug it and plug it back in, see what happens. So after reading all these horror stories about PlayStation not working and bent pieces of metal and pulling out the hard drive, and they kept saying they had issues with fragmentation. Oh, come on. And that's what some of the people were having issues with. And I'm like, fragmentation, really? Because do you know what fragmentation is? I don't know how that could even be an issue. That would be a slow hard drive, not a hard drive that won't work. So I don't know. And so I went ahead and plugged it back in. And it booted up in safe mode. Ran a scan on the hardware, which came back negative for any problems. Booted back up. It asked me as soon as it booted up, would you like to install the 1.5 update? I said yes. Less than 5 seconds later, it had finished, and I've been using it all day. Well, not all day, but the portion of the day where I had a chance to play. Fire protection, that's useless. I kind of want these iron ingots, though. These guys have dropped. Okay, so I've already decided that this place needs to be bigger than this. So this has got to come down. But, yeah, so then I've been playing Knack. Well, let's talk about the restaurant here, and then we'll talk about Knack. So this is going to be a little restaurant at the end of our plaza here. And, I didn't show you. I put an awning on the flower shop here, and I've got the saplings in pots. So, you know, they're selling, and a fern, you know, in case you need that, what was it, the love fern from that Matthew McConaughey movie? Uh, was that Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey? Um, which was mildly funny romantic comedy. There are some funny romantic comedies out there, but most of them aren't as funny as they make them out to be. Speaking of that, wow, I am totally all over the place tonight. Um, Speaking of not funny, Hangover 3 was not funny. I don't know whose idea it was for Hangover 3, but you know what they forgot to have in the movie is the whole premise of Hangover 1 and 2. Uh, it just turned into this weird, let's go rob a place with Chow and then go home. It was really weird and not funny. Um, like at the very end of the movie, they had another wedding, which is kind of the storyline for all the movies, and they they were all drugged because they got a cake from Chow, and it was drugged. A wedding cake came from Chow, and so you know the end of the movie was basically what went down in the other movies. But man, the rest of the movie was just pointless. I was really disappointed. Not that I think the Hangover movies are all that great to begin with, but um, I don't know. This one was just not even the same kind of movie as the other ones. Okay, so this is my plan for the restaurant. I was thinking stairs leading up um, from the road here, and then we'll have like a little, like this would be the last step up here, and so we do two slabs at this height and then two slabs at this height, and then this is where the little front begins, and we want to do that. That's too big. Let's cut that down. And so the front then would be like a little porch that leads into the place. So this is the wall, 1, 2, 3, and then this would be the wall of the restaurant. I think this might need to be a little bigger. I'm like, who shot me? I couldn't even see you because of the sun, dude. That's smart. Coming at me out of the sun so I can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is wall. This might be too big. I don't want it to be even, but because it's easier to build uneven. Alright, so stairs up to the porch. This is the porch. And then this gives us room to decorate the front of the restaurant. This is going to be a covered porch. And then back here is the first, well, this is where we decorate. Alright, so this is the actual wall to the restaurant. How big do I want it to be? Man. Why is this 4? 4 is bad. Is this 4 down here? 1, 2... Oh, it is. Whew. Well, 4 we can do a double door, so door. And then we can go odds out this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can't count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sounds good. And then from this side, we'll do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Go away, creeper. I'm trying to build here, and you're just an annoyance. Creepers must feel bad, because nobody likes the creeper. That's right. I'm saying feel sorry for the stupid mobs that blow me up all the time. Take it back. Just hate on the creeper. They're terrible people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I'm out of dirt. Let me go get some more dirt. I want to... Oof. 13 by 26. That's huge. That's way bigger than I need. I am not making the restaurant that size. We're going to shrink that down. It is going to be 26 across, but I don't need it 26 back. Maybe we'll do like 7 back and call it good. I still need more dirt, though, to lay out the edges of this thing. So while I'm doing that, I was playing Knack. Oh man, I've almost talked an entire episode. I was playing Knack, which is the game I got, and it's pretty fun. It gave me, it's the only true PS4 game I got, the true next-gen game. I got Assassin's Creed 4 and Injustice Gods Among Us, but both of those already came out for the PS3. I honestly bought Watch Dogs first, but Watch Dogs got delayed on me, and since I had already put in my pre-order for a PlayStation 4, and they already told me I was getting a release day PlayStation 4, I didn't want to cancel it because the game I wanted wasn't coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you know what? I might go with 9 instead. 7 looks just a little too narrow. But let's see. Because I need enough room for a big kitchen. I want, you know, tables and chairs and maybe a dancing floor. It's only going to be 1 story tall. This should look pretty nice. I was thinking like maybe white on the outside. Throw in some cobble here and there for like the stuccos come off. Like I was talking about doing for tore down buildings, but you know, design for this one, and then use some dark wood highlights, like the actual wood, not planks, and put beams through it. I kind of have an idea in my head of what it's gonna look like. Okay, I just had a whole bunch of dark oak. Here we go. And since dark oak is the easiest one to get a bunch of, I want to use dark oak. It's really funny because, you know, dark oak is probably one of the more popular woods now in 1.72 from what I've seen. And it's really funny that it's the easiest one to get your hands on because it just, so much of it comes out of the tree. So we do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. He's got all of the beacon abilities now. Okay, that's way too high. I'm not coming up this high for the front of this place. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 high. 1, 2, 3 high, and then we do the cross beam. I can't get up high enough to do the cross beam. And now the cross beam is going to face the wrong direction, so let's throw a dirt block in here. I'm not going to have enough wood to do all this, but and then we'll get some railing in here from the fence and put across here. You know, leaving the opening here, and we'll get in some of the stone slabs, and we'll do up a little stairway up, and maybe some jungle wood for the floor in here, because the jungle wood's a nice, in my opinion, rich wood color, as opposed to the standard oak. Or the spruce might work good too. I really like the spruce. I use it a lot. This is the spruce versus the jungle. I'll save the jungle for the inside, maybe. Do spruce out here for the flooring. And I'm not sure I like this beam across here. I might actually take this beam down. Let's take this beam down and try something different. Let's do... Let's do this. Yeah, I like that better. And it'll be the same height as these, and then the roof will actually come out over this last step here. And then, you know, it'll flare back to the actual building. And that should look pretty nice. So this is something that's going to take me a couple days to do. I'll try to get some actual work done on it, but I'm definitely going to need some more supplies than what I've got right now, wood-wise. And but luckily I've got my little forest back at home with all the different tree types, so that makes my job a little easier. So I wanted to finish talking about the PlayStation 4 a little bit here. So I use Knack because it's my only PS4 game. It's the only one I've really been playing today. Well, it's not my only PS4 game, but it's my only next-gen title, I guess is what I want to say. And it's actually a kid's game, kind of. It's really hard. I thought it was going to be easy, and it's really dependent on your ability to dodge at the right moments, because your guy has like no hit points, and when he gets hit hard. And so there are guys that take him out with like one hit, especially the hitch in the back. You just seem to go right dead. But the game itself is pretty fun, although very simplistic. I literally have only used 2 controls almost the entire game. 2 buttons, I mean. It uses... That's too high. What am I thinking? Why did I even dig that out? It uses square for punch and X for jump. And the 4th chapter of the game just added triangle for stealth mode. So most of it is left stick for movement and right stick for dodging, which is crazy. Yeah, see, I really like that. And that comes up here, and then this will be the porch, and I'll put some, I don't know, I'll try to rig up some, whatever they call it, that, well, those will need to go down to the ground. Whatever they call it, that's stuff that you put, under porches to keep animals from crawling underneath of them. I've got an idea on how to do that with trapdoors, so we'll definitely work on that. But yeah, the graphics are pretty good. Things are shiny, lots of pieces moving on the screen at the same time. Absolutely no video lag. Shadows, real-time shadows look awesome. So the graphics are just really good. Of course, I play on a gaming rig, a PC rig, and I actually have better equipment in my PC than is in the next gen console. Although, because of the way technology works, consoles have an easier time of having the great graphics because uh, you only have to program for that specific console, not all games. But it the graphics in Knack are not as good as the HD patch um, for you know, Skyrim. So I can get better graphics in Skyrim on my PC than I have seen in Knack. But the game is really fun, easy to play. The controller's got a speaker on it. It's got a touchpad on it, rumble, motion sensing. Um, it's a little wider than the standard PlayStation controller. I mean, they've been using the same controller shape for 3 console generations now, so this is the first time they've really changed it up since they invented the DualShock. And I mean, you had the 6-axis DualShock that added the motion control, but it didn't change the size of the controller, just the weight of it. This one actually feels a little wider to me, and the thumbsticks have a little ridge around them, which I'm not sure I'm going to like if I wake up tomorrow and have a sore thumb from playing Knack, because that little ridge, I'm not going to be happy. Well, you know, I'll be happy because I still have my PlayStation 4, but um, yeah, I guess I better call it there because we have run a long time with me wandering around doing nothing but talking about PlayStation stuff. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to playing Knack while I render this video. So, click like if you like, subscribe to be sure and catch the next one. And I guess I could have ended over there looking at the stuff we've been working on instead of standing over here at the end, which you've seen 100,000 times. Let's just go over there and take a quick glance around at our new buildings that we've been adding. We got the nice 2-3 story shops, the bakery with its nice display window, and then we've got the new little plaza shops here, which actually look pretty nice, I think. And then this will be the big fancy restaurant. All right, I will talk to you later.